Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 25 in my Automate Everything Minecraft series. In today's episode, I am going to be setting up some ore processing at my new facility in which I am taking all of my stuff to. Now, I have actually made a new cart, and it just rolled away, so I'm not going to chase it because it's actually fairly fast. It is a little bit different than the one I had before. This one actually has 3 different versions of a solar engine, so it doesn't burn a whole lot of coal at all, which is pretty fantastic. Anyways, so here is my new area, and it is for ore processing. The thing is, right now there is no ore processing going on, so we're going to fix that, and I have a bunch of stuff with me that will hopefully be most of what I need for my build. Now, I actually realized I forgot to do something. I have retrievers with me. In the past, I've used servos with item duct. The thing is, I will not get the throughput I really need for that. So I really can't use servos, and I'll show you what I mean a little bit later on in this episode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get retrievers, but I'm not just going to use any retrievers. I'm going to go ahead and use, you know what, let's go ahead and get the top tier retrievers. I'm going to get 84 of these because I have 42 redstone furnaces with me and 42 pulverizers. And so 84 retrievers should be 1 retriever for each pulverizer and redstone furnace. I also realized I don't have conversion kits with me. I do have them made up though, but we can pull those out when we actually need them. So let's start setting everything up. So let's actually kind of diagram everything out, or how I'm going to have everything. Okay, so here's my cart, and we can actually look at it right now. So it has, oh, I guess not, because it unloaded everything here. But anyways, it has 3 solar engines. If you need to pause the video to look at it, because there are, let's just take a look real fast. There are 3 versions of the solar engine, at least 3 anyways. There's solar engine, basic solar engine, and compact solar engine. It has all 3 of those in there. You cannot have duplicates of any one solar engine, but you can have 1 of each. So I put 1 of each on it, that way it doesn't burn hardly any coal. So it works out pretty well. So I think what I'm going to do is up here I'm going to have the redstone furnaces because I will be able to give them max speed augments. So having a bunch of furnaces will be more than fast enough, to be honest. So how we're going to do that is we're just going to have rows of these things. So along the back row will be one row, and then the next, I'm not actually going to have furnaces here. I'm actually going to have energy conduit, I believe, is how I'm going to do this. And then this row right here will be more furnaces. So the item conduits will actually be above and below the furnaces. So conduits will be something like here. And I am using the impulse item duct here, just because it's a little bit better than regular item duct. And you know what, let's go ahead and do this real fast. And that's good. And like I said, I think I'm going to have my energy conduits running here. So how we're going to do that is I'm going to use resonant flux duct. I should have enough throughput with resonant flux duct here. And we will run that like so. And then our furnaces will actually be like this in a row. And then it doesn't really matter how this last row is, to be honest. So we'll just put it like this. Okay, so how we're going to do all of these, actually before we do that, let's set up item duct on top as well. And then we can determine whether we want, I think how I'm going to do this is the inputs will be on the top, which is how it is by default, and the bottom will be outputs, which is not how it is by default. But we'll get to that in a second. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drop down and I'm going to set up the pulverizers in exactly the same fashion, and then I'm going to be right back. now I have my pulverizer set up, and they're set up in exactly the same fashion as the redstone furnaces in the ceiling above. So now what we're going to do is we need to get power to these guys, and right down here is our energy cell. So I think how I'm going to do this is we are going to take this and output to the left, and we are actually going to go on an adventure through this wall here. And that should be a pretty easy way to access this. And I didn't even realize that there is nothing over here, but that should actually function well. We're going to have to figure out exactly what the coordinates are here. So our coordinate that matters is x negative 368, I believe. So at x negative 368, I need to burrow this way. So first I need to actually get over here. I'm not doing a very good job with this flight thing. There we go. So x3 768, negative 768. If I'm not misremembering. Okay, so we're close. Two more, I believe. And then we need to figure out exactly what the height is. There we are, and then we can dig up a few more. And then perfect. So how this is all going to connect up is we'll just have kind of a... Actually, I could have used resonant flux duct right there, but that's fine. And then we can run this across, and I'm not sure whether I should do top or... Definitely top here. I'm trying to minimize my usage of the cryo flux duct here because it's a little bit expensive still at this point. Later on it should be kind of cheap for me. But right now it's a little bit expensive, so... and then... Oh, whoops, elevator attacked me. Okay, that should be good. At some point, I need to grab some stone to make all this look better, but... Cool, that looks good. And because this thing is... output, we should have energy to these guys. Cool, that seems to be working. And then we just need to place covers on these guys. I'm not sure if I have stone over here. If I don't, I can just grab it a little bit later. I do have a little bit of stone. Cool. Can get rid of a little bit of stuff we don't need. So let's... I mean, while we're here, we might as well make it look good as well. Cover up some of our holes. Okay, so right here we need to do this. You know what? I can do the covers later. I did tidy this up in here. It seems to be working pretty well. Got lots of refined fuel. We might have to upgrade this system in the future, but for right now, it's doing its job pretty well. So the next thing we need to do is the items. We need to get the items into the pulverizers and into the furnaces so that they can actually, you know, do things. So I think the best way to do that might be to take some conduits, and first we need to find the ME controller, and it's somewhere back here, I think. It's actually covered. I think I'm gonna have to expose that. So let's do a little bit of digging here. Whoops. There it is. Okay, cool. So that's not a problem. Let's hook this back up real fast. Let's also not do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this cable right here. And actually, you know what I'm actually going to do is hide it behind the wall here. Because I don't have very many facades, and I want this to look nice-ish. So we can just hide it over here, kind of behind the wall. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to wrap it around behind that wall as well. So just a little bit of digging here. Quite a bit of digging, actually. Unfortunately. Once we are almost, let's say, actually, let's take it all the way to the back because that'll offer a better access point to make my item duct actually linear for the inputs and for the outputs for that matter. Okay, so we're gonna do inputs on the top. Oh, poop. I really need to bring a shovel with me. Water. Oh, not cool, not cool. Let's try this. Okay, that's better. So let's... Okay, I'm on the underside, so we're almost there. We're not quite there. Okay, so here's where we need to be. These are these the furnaces? These are the furnaces. So this is the top level. So how I'm going to do the item duct to actually make it a linear system is it will start here and it will kind of snake around. So I need to put an item duct here, and while I'm at it, I might as well cover this up. If I can hit it. Yes. I put the cover on the wrong thing, I think. There. That's better. Okay, so now we need something to have the items. And I'm going to use modular storage. So let's see here. We can put it right here. Let's do some more excavation here. Just give us a little better access to it. Because I will need to set up multiple import buses here. Or export buses, rather. So we'll need item duct right here. And because we're using retrievers, we don't actually need a servo here. Let's go ahead and set up 3 export buses. Right now, I think I'm only going to need to use 2 of them. But I'm not super sure, to be honest. And we'll throw in some capacity cards and some acceleration cards. Oh, whoops. Got it back. Okay, so we need to do the same thing right somewhere in here for the pulverizers. And in fact, we should definitely set up the pulverizers first, because the redstone furnace will process. The redstone furnaces will process a lot of dusts that come from the pulverizers, so it makes sense to do them first. Okay, so let's go ahead and place our modular storage somewhere right. I want to place it right over this hole, but I need a way to get up and down still. So somewhere like, actually I need to place it right here for best results. And then once again we'll use 3 export buses here to connect it up. And not one on that side. I need one on the back side and the far side. So once again, capacity cards. I didn't actually bring enough capacity cards, but if I do need more, I can go get some more. Okay, so once again, let's hook this up via impulse item duct. And then we actually need to hook these guys up. And once again, water. Is that better? That's better, I think. Okay, so this is not the top. That's the top. Okay, so let's... I think we should be able to take this straight down. Without a problem. Okay, so for access, I need to dig just a little bit more out back here. And for a little bit of safety, let's throw down a torch. And we need to... Okay, so all that's connected. Okay, now we can connect this actually up to the Applied Energistics system by doing this. And I think I don't have enough cable with me, but that's not a problem. I can go back and get some. Definitely don't have enough. I wonder if I have some in here. I might. I don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some more cable, and then I'm going to be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I have plenty covered cable with me this time. Let's go ahead and lay this down and connect it up to the system. I do need to use a touch of this ME conduit right here, which should be fine and should work perfectly. Let's actually use 2 of it so that we don't accidentally intersect with the other cable that we have back there. Okay, so that should be cool. Now I should probably actually slap on my facades before I forget. And then I did forget to throw in the actual storage modules for these guys. So I should probably go ahead and do that before I forget that. And do I seriously not have that? Oh my goodness. That water. I don't like that water. So I actually still need to get that top side one, a storage module. Okay, so there we go. And now we need to work on the outputs. And we also need to do the same snake type thing with the output item ducts. So let's go ahead and do that real fast. And let's have it mirror the other, or the topside item duct. So what we can do is place it right here. And then we need to do the one underneath the pulverizers as well. Okay, so that should work out pretty well. And then we need these items to actually go somewhere, and that somewhere needs to be something like right here. And this actually works out pretty well, because if we place a modular storage unit right here, we can actually just throw an import bus on here, because our conduit is already where it needs to be for the applied energistic stuff. And now right here we need to place impulse item duct, and then we need to do that for the redstone furnaces above as well. Okay, so I do have the snake thing going on. That's still in my way. So we can place this one. This one's actually going to be... No, it's not going to be one back. And did I actually forget to do that again? I did. Forgot the storage module again. So that won't work without the storage module. And then we need the import bus with some acceleration cards to make it work faster. Okay, so we're getting close to having all of this done. The next thing we need to do is actually set up the I/O, or the in and out, for the furnaces and the pulverizers. So now what I need to do is I actually need to blank all of these. They need to be input in the top and output to the bottom. Now I need to do this with 83 more machines, so I can go ahead and do this off camera, and I'm going to be right back. Now that I have all of the I/O set up for the pulverizers and the furnaces, we need to attach retrievers to the top. And now what we have to do is set them to be on all the time. And nearest first I think should work fine. So I have to do this 83 more times. So once again, I can go ahead and do this off camera. So I will be back when I am done with that. Now that I have all of the retrievers set up for the pulverizers and the redstone furnaces, I need to actually upgrade them all using resonant conversion kits. Now I have actually done the furnaces upstairs, but it is a simple matter of right-clicking on the machine once with the resonant conversion kit, and hopefully you can actually hear me over all of the noise. But once we have all of these installed, now that we have all of these installed, we can add augments. Now the thing is, there are several augments we could use. I do have a couple in mind, and I'm going to use different augments for the pulverizers and the redstone furnaces. For the redstone furnaces, I'm going to use the auxiliary reception coils, and they're quite simple to make. They are made like this, gold and redstone essentially. And for the pulverizers, I'm going to use the auxiliary sieve, and that is because the auxiliary sieve increases the chances of a secondary output. Now, they've actually simplified this recipe from the past. It's just bronze and redstone servo, which is golden, or not gold, but redstone and iron. So it's bronze, redstone, and iron. So that's pretty easy to do. I am going to go back to my base real fast, and we can get all of the stuff we need. And I just realized the matter transmitter is over here. So let's get all of that stuff real fast. I hope I have enough bronze for this. So let's go ahead, and we need, what's that? 42 times 4 is 168. So let's go ahead and try to make 168 of these. So that's a lot of gold there. How much gold do I have left in my system? That's not too bad. And then for the auxiliary sieves, it is made like this. And I'm not sure if I have the redstone surface automated, but let's try to make 168 of these. I'm not entirely sure I have everything I need, but I do. Cool. I do have a lot of bronze. Wow. So let's grab those augments. You know what? I'm going to be back when those augments are done being made. Okay, that didn't take but a second, but here they are. The sieves are done. So we just need to go back to our ore processing facility here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop all of these auxiliary sieves in the pulverizers, and I'm going to do the same with the auxiliary reception coils into the redstone furnaces. And then I'm going to be right back because that's a pretty simple process. Now we have all of the augments installed, which is fantastic. I would like to upgrade my energy cell down here because we are going to be drawing quite a bit of power from it. So let's go ahead and do that with our upgrade kits. So that should help the output and the input ratios of this energy cell, which should be fantastic. Now, pretty much the last thing we have to do, other than just making it look better, is we actually have to tell the system what items need to go where. So let's do some sorting here, and we need to determine what ores are going to go into the pulverizers. So let's grab aluminum. Let's actually, I'm not sure if I want to do Certus or not, to be honest. So let's see here, pulverizer. Yes, I absolutely do want to do Certus. Can I do charged Certus as well? Yes, it won't come out as charged Certus, but that's actually fine by me. It's not really a big deal. So let's keep on trucking here. Certus, coal, copper, diamonds. Some of this stuff I won't even worry about at all right now. Lapis, lead, lithium, magnesium. Not going to worry about. Nether quartz, definitely. Nickel, platinum, redstone. Oh my goodness. Redstone's going to be awesome. Silver, tin, and yellorium. So this is the stuff for the pulverizer. So let's truck on over here and start setting these bad boys up. So if I remember right, okay, so aluminum, Certus, coal, copper. Okay, so the last one is iridium there. Cool. And then... Okay, the last one is 10. Cool. And then this one, actually that works out perfectly for right now. So that's fantastic. These things should start going. Some of them are, and that's cool. They won't be very fast. Apparently they will be pretty loud though. And they should automatically output into the item duct. That is part of the functionality of the automatic output, which is pretty fantastic. Which means all of this stuff will go into the system pretty easily. Now, the next thing we need to do is the same thing for the redstone furnaces. So now we need to grab all of the pulverized stuff that we're making. So aluminum, copper, gold. Actually, let's just grab everything. Okay, so there are some things that we will not need to furnace. There are a few ores that I would like to furnace directly because we don't really need a whole lot of them, but it's nice to have a little bit of them. Let's see here. Okay, I had something in mind, and now I forgot what it is. And I can't find it. Maybe if I just look up ore, that would make things easier. So the black quartz is definitely one thing I would like to furnace. Most of this other stuff, the draconium, we can furnish that directly. I don't need very much draconium. I will probably use some in the future, but for right now, I don't really need it. And in the near future, I won't need a whole lot of it. So these things are all going, and that's fantastic. So we're getting a lot of stuff. Now we need to furnace it. So let's go set up these guys. And then, yeah, and then we'll be almost done. And have a nice little ore processing area. So let's do the same thing we did over there. Okay, so I had 2 stacks of iron, so I don't need to do iron twice because it won't even let me. So let's throw everything up to aluminum in there. And we do have 2 stacks of aluminum. And then the second one can be silver 10. We don't need aluminum again. Cool. So that should be good, and all that stuff should have been pulled out already to these furnaces. That's fantastic. Now, the last step here is we need to set up our export buses for this guy right here, which sends the items to the carts that will take them back to my main base. So let's first look at the ingots and grab those. I don't need cyanide. I don't even know how that's here. Probably got placed here by accident. Anyways. So let's grab... You know what? Let's just grab everything on the side of cyanide. So as you can see, things are going pretty quickly. I already have like a stack of gold, stack of iron, stuff like that. Nickel. Did I grab platinum? Silver, 10. In addition, I know I need black quartz, I need coal, diamonds, emeralds, certus. I didn't pulverize glowstone. I need to do that. Yeah, we have a very large backlog because it's been a few days since I set up the system that brings items here. So that's fine. There probably will be a few things that slip through the cracks right now, but for right now, I think. Where's the pulverizers? They're on this level. Whoops. Can't even remember where I put everything. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is, shoot, I do need a card. I need a capacity card. So I'm gonna be right back in a second after I grab a couple capacity cards. Okay, so I have my capacity cards here. Let's go ahead and install these bad boys into this guy right here. Sorry about the noise, and then we can throw the glowstone in here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap this out because I do want to get a little glowstone in the system so I can go ahead and set up that export bus. I did tidy up quite a bit, so actually I want to place a cover over that. And then let's grab some glowstone. If I have some, come on, don't be shy. There we are. That's what I want to see. So let's go ahead and throw this cover on here. Whoops, not a cover. I need regular stone. And I must have got rid of my water bucket as well. So, okay, so that looks a lot better. And let's throw that in there. And then we just need to add everything that I want to go back to my main system. Needs to be in this bus right here. Or, yes. Or any of the adjacent buses. So the last one is platinum for that one. For this one, it can be glowstone apparently. So let's go ahead and throw all of this stuff in here. And what should happen is that after it drops everything off here, it will start grabbing things out of here until it's full. And then it will take all of this awesome loot back to my main base, which is kind of the purpose of this whole system. So I think this is a good wrapping up point. So in today's episode, I made this awesome ore processing facility. Before, we just had the items coming into the facility. Now we should have the items coming in and going out of the facility, and therefore the finished resources should be going back to my main base, which is fantastic. I actually really like how this turned out. This turned out fantastic, and it is very easily expandable. All I need to do is snake the item duct around, and I can add more pulverizers. Same thing with the energy conduit. It's really cool system. So anyways, if you liked today's episode, give it a like. If you like automation in modded Minecraft, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because that's kind of what I do. Signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.